Thank you again for joining us on Sleep Paralysis News. This is the only podcast where we speak to people who experience sleep paralysis. We hear their stories, we find out about their experiences here and provide support if we're able to do that. Thank you for joining us. I'm joined today with my co-host Cyrus, also known as Sci-Fly. He's a film director. He's a PhD psychology graduate. I always get that mixed up there.
It's
So you
fine. You
have
can give that to me. I'll take one for free.
to. But thank you, Cyrus, for joining us here today. And of course, we've got our guest, and I'm looking forward to hearing her story today. Her name's Huraya. And Huraya, I'm going to go straight over to you now. Tell us about your experience or experiences.
Hi everyone. So, with sleep paralysis, I used to have it a lot when I was younger. Right now I'm 21. I used to have it a lot when I was around like maybe 12, 13, around that age. I still have it now, but it's very seldom. Like usually like when I'm super tired or stuff like that. But I used to have it like kind of like every night, when I was around like 12, 13. So it would always be like a very specific situation, like it was very, like I said, very specific. I'll never forget. It would be because I'm Muslim, so we have a morning prayer that we pray at around like 6, 7 a.m. So I'd wake up for that, and then I would go back to sleep, and then surely, like after the sun began to rise, I would have it, and I would just wake up out of my sleep, sweating and just feeling stuck, not able to move, but and also not able to breathe, and just like looking around and like just feeling like honestly like I was about to die, like not able to breathe and just looking around. And I know I hear a lot of people saying that they like see shadows and figures and like a hat man. I've also seen that and experienced that as well. Um it's a very, very scary thing to experience. Honestly, it really, really is scary because I don't know. It just feels like honestly it feels like death, and it just feels like something sitting on you, sitting on your chest, holding you down, making you hold your breath, and it just honestly is super, super scary. And whenever I have it, it just kind of feels like I'll never like snap out of it, but somehow I always eventually do. And like, of course, I'm like gasping for air, and I like jump up. Yeah, that's how it is for me.
Can you tell us a bit more about what you see? I mean, you said that you see the Hat Man and shadows, but specifically, what have you seen, and what tell us a bit more about what it looked like?
For me, honestly, it was just like I was awake, like I could see my room and everything. Like I was looking around, I could see my room, I could see like the sun shining through, because like it would happen right as the sunrise and stuff. So I would be able to just look around my room. I wouldn't be able to move my head, but I was able to move my eyes and shift them. And of course, I would like see figures out of the corner of my eye. I can't really say that I've ever seen like the figure like walk closer to me or kind of try to do something to me. It's always just kind of been there like in the side of my eye or like in a distance. Um so yeah, kind of like I was awake, but just had no control over my body and anything like that, nor could I speak or scream or anything.
Now, do you think this
So,
is something that runs in your family, or are you
um
the only one going through this experience in your family?
I think I my brother, I think we honestly talked about this not even that long ago. I think he has it as well too. And what's crazy about it, when I was talking to him about it, the house that we were living in at the time, he lived there. Now he's grown, like married and stuff. He actually said that he experienced at that house as well, and I didn't know that. So that was super crazy to find out that he was experiencing the same thing at the same time, and I didn't know till all these years later.
Wow.
okay, we do know from a scientific perspective that it does run in families. So that what you're saying doesn't surprise me because that's quite well known in the kind of medical area, you know. Did anything ever touch you? Any words were said to you? Anything like that happened?
Never any words were said to me, not that I can remember, but not gonna say that it 100% didn't happen because it happens so often that I can't recount each time that it happened. As far as something touching me, I can probably say yes, that probably did happen because whenever I have it, I feel like heavy, like it genuinely feels like something is holding me down or something is sitting on my chest or something like that. So,
When was the last
yeah.
time you had an episode?
Um, I would probably say maybe about 3-ish weeks ago, probably.
Can you associate it with maybe a stressful period or being really tired or anything like that?
Yes, I can definitely associate it with being super tired. Because our morning prayer is like so early in the morning and I would go to sleep so late. So for me to have to get up at that time, like I'm already drowsy, I'm already sleepy, and it would always happen at that time. After I got up to pray our morning prayer, I would go back to sleep and then it would happen. So
Okay.
100%. Even now, I'm a college student, of course, and that is stressful time and lack of sleep. So I definitely would say that I could probably associate stress with it
Are you
or lack of
concerned
sleep
that
as
it's going to
well.
happen again?
Um, I know it'll probably happen again. I just don't know when. Um, it's just something honestly that I'm used to at this point. It doesn't really happen around the same time anymore. Now it kind of happens like in the middle of the night ish, like that, more like that now.
Would you say that you're afraid to sleep?
Um, oh, no, like I said, I'm honestly used to it. And it used to happen so often back then that it's just something that I'm like, I don't honestly don't even really think about it anymore until it happens.
So, what advice would you give to someone else going through sleep paralysis since you've been through so many episodes yourself?
I would honestly say get good sleep because I find that when I don't get a good amount of sleep, that's when it tends to happen. Um, just relax. You'll eventually, snap out of it for the most part. So I just kind of relax when it's happening. Don't try to over panic because I feel like that kind of makes it worse. Um,
Yes, it does.
yeah, I would say don't be afraid to sleep. Um, the Hat Man's not real. I don't think. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't want him to come visit me tonight. But yeah.
I think that takes me to the next question I want to ask, which is, what do you think causes it? I mean, you just said he's not real, but what do you think is at the root of all of this?
Honestly, I don't know because as a Muslim we believe in like the unseen. We do believe it and we call them like jinns or like evil spirits kind of. And we say like we ward them away when you like pray, make prayers. So I always would make prayers and stuff before I went to sleep and it would still happen. So I can't even say that it's that and I'm like honestly I honestly don't know. It just feels really dark sided. Um I honestly don't know what it is or what it could be. Um Definitely something evil that prayer can't keep away cuz I've I've done it and I've still experienced it. I still experience it. I don't know. I really honestly don't know.
What about it being something neurological, something that you're hallucinating, that, that your mind is really kind of making up?
Yeah, I could possibly go with that because like I said, it does happen in periods of stress and restlessness and tiredness. But it's also kind of like how does everyone kind of have like the same experiences and kind of see the same things? So that's a bit interesting. Like I know I've read on the internet a lot lately about like the Hat Man and stuff, and I like saw him before I ever knew that other people saw him. So it's not like a thing that I saw it on the internet and then like it just popped into my head and it happened. It was like an organic experience that I didn't even know that other people were having. So,
Yeah, that's very
Wow.
interesting. Yeah. Have you told anybody about what's happening?
I've told my mom, as well as my brother. I haven't talked to any doctor about it. I don't know why, but yeah.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, I've talked to my brother about it because he just recently told me that he used to have it as well, way back when I was having it at the same time.
And they've generally been supportive with you, to you about the experiences.
Oh yeah, 100%. There's no like, oh, you're lying, that never happened, you're crazy. Nothing like that. They completely believe me and worry and feel just the same about me about it. And it's just like, that's weird, that's strange that happens.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you very much for sharing. I don't know if there's anything else you'd like to ask, Cyrus.
Nope, just appreciate your comment on saying that you had the hallucination of the Hat Man or the entity before you had read something to even put it in your mind. And
Yeah,
so
I
that's,
just found out about that honestly, literally this year. And I've been having sleep paralysis for years, and I just now found out about that phenomenon this year. So
yeah, so with these podcasts we're going to figure out that deep question, why we're able from people all over the world to hallucinate the same thing, have the same experiences, and they never met, they never shared their stories
yeah,
before. And that's kind of the concept of, my screenplay that, is trying to tackle that phenomenon. So I appreciate you on the show and your insight. You helped us out a lot. Thank you.
no problem. It was an honor to be here.
Great. Thank you again, Haraya.